Tesla's FSD active users jumped 56% to 1.48 million in the second quarter. This is Tesla Shorts Time, episode 587. Active FSD users at Tesla grew 56% to reach 1.48 million during the second quarter. The increase reflects broader adoption of the supervised software across the fleet. The figure tracks vehicles with the feature enabled and in regular use. No breakdown by hardware version was included. The growth occurred as the supervised system continued to expand its operational domain. Multiple Cybercabs were filmed operating in downtown Austin traffic, handling employee shuttles and curbside pickups. The vehicles navigated tight loading zones beside parked trucks and cones, opening their upward swinging doors and rear hatches simultaneously without swinging into traffic lanes. Footage captured the cars yielding to pedestrians and cross traffic at intersections near Guadalupe Street during dusk conditions on a slick road. The sequences show the cars waiting for passengers to clear before merging back into flow. One sequence showed two Cybercabs queuing, with the trailing vehicle mirroring the lead car's stops before a passenger in a red cab approached the open door. The design features full-width light bars, aero wheel covers, Texas manufacturer plates, and no conventional mirrors or roof TODs. These real-world operations demonstrate how the vehicles manage door timing, trunk access, and safe re-entry into traffic without extra sensors. Tesla scheduled a semi-event for September 24 at its Nevada factory. The gathering is expected to provide updates on production and customer deployments. Investors are watching for details on volume ramp and real-world fleet performance. The announcement follows earlier planning for the event. The location at the new Nevada factory aligns with ongoing semi-production activities. Tesla began Optimus assembly at the Fremont site even as solar roof manufacturing was discontinued. The move shifts resources toward the humanoid robot program at an existing vehicle plant. The solar roof decision reflects a narrower focus on core energy storage products. Production cells for Optimus are now visible in the facility. BYD has surpassed Tesla in global electric vehicle market share, according to the report. The shift reflects stronger sales growth for BYD across multiple regions. Tesla's position in the overall EV ranking has declined relative to the Chinese manufacturer. No specific quarterly figures were detailed in the article. The change highlights differing regional momentum between the two companies in the broader EV space. Tesla depleted the available California EV rebate funds within 4 days of joining the program for Model 3 and Model Y. The rapid uptake shows strong demand for the vehicles under the incentive. The program covers qualifying purchases through participating manufacturers. No extension of the current funding round was mentioned. The quick exhaustion occurred after Tesla added the models to the rebate-eligible list. When California's EV incentive pool vanished in 4 days after Tesla joined, the speed showed pent-up interest once the net cost dropped for Model 3 and Model Y buyers. The same pattern appears whenever incentives appear or disappear. Orders accelerate, then settle at a lower baseline once the subsidy ends. Manufacturers that rely on sustained incentives face margin pressure when those supports shrink, while those with stronger brand pull or lower production costs can maintain volume at higher net prices. That pattern forces a distinction between structural demand and policy-driven demand. Tesla's vehicles compete on range, software, and charging access. Yet the rebate exhaustion data suggests a meaningful slice of recent volume would not have closed without the extra discount. The rapid clearance of funds indicates the current lineup retains strong appeal at the subsidized price point, but the next test will be whether order rates hold once buyers face the full sticker again. Over time, the industry learns which products still sell when the subsidy is removed, and that outcome will shape how much of the company's growth can be attributed to product strength versus temporary policy support. Policy-driven volume also affects planning for battery supply and factory utilization. When incentives pull forward purchases, production schedules tighten and then ease, creating uneven utilization curves that raise per-unit costs during lulls. Tesla's ability to absorb those swings depends on how quickly it can reallocate cells between vehicle and energy products, or adjust output at Giga Texas and Nevada. The California data point therefore serves as an early signal of how durable demand remains once external price supports fade, directly influencing margin forecasts and capital allocation decisions for the balance of the year. Tesla shares remain nearly 30% below their peak while trading at 330 times earnings. The valuation metric is presented alongside the stock's recent price level. The article compares this multiple to historical ranges for the company. No forward guidance or peer benchmarks were specified. The piece places the current multiple in context of the share price decline from recent highs. Tesla shares have declined 29% from recent highs, yet continue to appear overvalued on the platform's metrics. The assessment uses current earnings and growth assumptions to reach that conclusion. No specific valuation model details were provided beyond the headline stance. The review maintains its stance despite the pullback in share price. Tesla posted that the supervised system reduces risk for cyclists sharing the road. The update highlights specific scenarios where the software yields or adjusts speed around bike traffic. This builds on ongoing data collection from the active fleet. The post positions the feature as a practical safety gain in mixed urban environments. Tesla highlighted how the mode keeps dogs at a stable temperature while owners are away. The feature activates climate control and displays a message on the screen for bystanders. It addresses a common owner need during short stops or errands. The post underscores the system's ability to monitor and adjust without driver input. Musk described a future Tesla model as way cooler than a minivan, prompting speculation about the robovan. The comment follows earlier hints at a new passenger-focused design. Observers link the description to the previously unveiled robovan concept. No timeline or pricing details accompanied the remark. The firm noted that AI, robotics, and chips could drive major growth for Tesla in 2026, even if vehicle deliveries miss estimates. The outlook separates near-term auto results from longer-term autonomy and hardware opportunities. It points to these segments as the primary levers for future performance. No specific delivery forecast adjustments were detailed in the note. Tesla lowered the optional windshield protection plan for the Cybertruck from $35 to $25. The change applies to new purchases of the coverage. Owners can now add the plan at the reduced rate when ordering or after delivery. This adjustment comes as Cybertruck production continues at Giga Texas. The lower price point reduces the cost barrier for buyers concerned about glass durability on the stainless steel truck. Former Vancouver Police Sergeant Lee Martin, who has ALS, described his experience as a Neuralink patient. Martin sent his first post-surgery message by thinking the words after the implant procedure. The account details the surgery and initial use of the wireless brain-computer interface. Teslarati published the full recounting on its site. The message was composed 5 hours after the threads were implanted, following a migraine. The analysis examines underlying demand trends amid discussions of Tesla's cash usage. It focuses on how order patterns and production align with reported financials. The piece highlights specific metrics that could clarify whether demand is softening or stable. No price targets or analyst names were attached. The review aims to separate reported cash movements from actual buyer interest signals. A Teslarati editor described using Grokbot to organize fantasy football player lists into PDF tables. The post asked followers for additional practical use cases beyond that example. The tool handled the data formatting task without errors according to the account. No other specific functions were demonstrated. The editor noted the output was clean and ready for use after the signal request. Teslarati asked followers to report the account for impersonation on X. The account uses a similar name and appears to mimic the publication's branding. No further details on the impersonator's activity were provided in the post. The request was issued directly from the official Teslarati account. Followers were encouraged to act quickly to limit any confusion caused by the handle. Before we go, the semi-event at the Nevada factory next month should clarify production timelines and fleet data that investors have been waiting to see. That's your Tesla news for today. TSLA closed at $354.81, up $8.99, 2.6%. If you found this useful, a rating or review on Apple Podcasts or Spotify really helps new listeners find the show. You can also find us on X at Tesla Shorts Time. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. And before you go, this show is part of the Neura Network, a family of daily podcasts on tech, science, and markets, each one a short, sharp briefing you can finish on the commute. If today earned its place in your feed, here's your next listen. SpaceX Daily, the daily companion for following SpaceX as a public company, from Starship to the stock ticker. Find every show free at neuranetwork.com. And on the website, every episode's visuals live in our free image gallery at neuranetwork.com/gallery. Royalty free under Creative Commons. Download with attribution. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.